What is up guys, Houndish here, and today we're going to jump in with a bunch of news from Bungie in the form of This Week at Bungie, and we've got a few things to round up. So Bungie give us a bit of information about the content we can expect to see over the next couple of weeks and over the holiday period. They talk about some known issues with Black Armory and an update that we'll be getting next week, along with a few of the changes. We are also going to be seeing Iron Banner shortly in the game. Bungie talk about the event and some of the rewards that we'll get this season. So guys, we're going to jump straight into it. If you do enjoy this video, a rating is very much appreciated. But Bungie start out by talking about the Dawning. So of course the event kicked off this week. They give us a nice image right there of a Titan decked out in the Dawning gear with a machine gun and that Sparrow. And Bungie say Season of the Forge kicked off for all players of Destiny 2, and Ada 1 opened the doors of the Black Armory for those who seek to forge the weapons of the Golden Age. It's fun to think that we're just getting started. And of course, there are plenty of other things we have yet to unlock, new forges, exotics, and various other legendary weapons. And who knows what other secrets could be hiding in Black Armory. Bungie do say though, they have a list of Black Armory investigations. So firstly, Scourge of the Past 24-hour completion. We're currently investigating an issue where qualifying players were not properly rewarded the Scourge of Nothing emblem, nor the associated Best of the Best triumph for completing the raid within 24 hours. And they do say once addressed, all players will be properly credited and receive appropriate rewards. There is an issue where revive tokens are not being removed appropriately when reviving teammates. They are aware of the issue where weapon frames may be lost from the inventory, especially if you're holding a frame for a weapon that requires a different forge. They're looking to improve the quest step where you need to defeat a high value target on Nessus to unlock the Kafanan Forge. But next week there will be an update, so 2.1.3, to give us a brief preview. So players under 600 power will begin to receive higher power rewards when completing director challenges. And this change is being made to build upon the changes in update 2.1.2, where we increased power rewards for prime engrams. So if you are below 600 power right now, all of the powerful rewards will actually get you to 600 much faster before the potency of those rewards begins to drop off. An issue where players who joined in progress forge activities would not receive rewards, some of the issues with weapon frames, and a bunch of other changes that you can see on the screen right there. One that will probably stick out to you guys is a plan change to the 1000 voices in update 2.1.3. So on PC, they say right now there is an issue where the weapon is doing more damage than intended at higher frame rates. After update 2.1.3, functionality will match between all platforms. Certainly a bit of disappointment about this one from PC players because of course this has been known for a little while and a lot of players assumed that they would buff the damage on consoles to match what we get on PC, but unfortunately 1000 voices on PC will be taking the hit right there, which essentially means if you are running the game at pretty high frame rates, then you are going to see less damage with 1000 voices after this update. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. Now though, they talk about the holiday calendar, some stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks. So of course Mayhem is live in the game right now. This is actually going to run up all the way until December 25th. So 2 weeks of Mayhem, and then we're going to get the Iron Banner. And alongside this, there will be increased Valor in the game. So first off, they show us a little bit of the new Iron Banner armor right here on all of the classes, but they also show us some of the other rewards. So we have a new emblem, as well as a shader, and some familiar faces on these two weapons. So we've got the Hero's Burden SMG, you may remember from year 1, as well as Criminal's Dagger. Now these will be coming to year 2 with random rolls. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And they say bounties for the Iron Banner will function as they did at the end of Season 4, granting powerful rewards and unlocking rewards for direct purchase from Lord Saladin. Double Valor will also be enabled, and this is from December 25th. So Iron Banner and Double Valor landing on Christmas Day and running up until December 28th. And then Triple Valor over that weekend, 28th through to the 1st of January. We can take a brief preview via the database though of the two weapons. So of course Criminal's Dagger was the year 1 Iron Banner hand cannon. It is aggressive frame, so 140 RPM. And the possible trait bonuses include Moving Target, Outlaw, Auto-Loading Holster, Rangefinder, Threat Detector, Triple Tap, and Snapshot Sights. And that's in the first column. The second column can get Timed Payload, Kill Clip, Field Prep, Hipfire Grip, Zen Moment, Opening Shot, and Explosive Payload. The SMG Hero's Burden, of course, is adaptive frame, so it's 900 rounds per minute. These aren't the most popular right now in PvP, but you can get Moving Target, Pulse Monitor, Under Pressure, Slideways, Field Prep, Zen Moment, or Snapshot Sights in the first column. The second column can get Kill Clip, Dynamic Sway Reduction, High Impact Reserves, Grave Robber, Tap the Trigger, Genesis, and Threat Detector. So let me know your thoughts about that down below. Definitely interesting that we're getting year 1 weapons back. Of course, new weapons would always be nice, although I'd definitely jump in for some of that armor. Let me know if you're going to be playing the Iron Banner, but once again, that begins on December 25th and runs up until January the 1st. There is a roundup from Bungie about some of the issues that folks have been having with connections. They do say on the subject of the triumphs for the Dawning, unearned or unclaimed triumphs for Dawning will be removed when the event ends, and players should claim all triumphs before the Dawning ends on January 1st. So definitely bear that in mind. There are a few other known issues and things they talk about, and I'll link this week at Bungie in the description box below. Now though, I just wanted to point out a quick farm that you guys could use if you're hunting rolls of the Avalanche machine gun. So of course this is the new Dawning machine gun. We do get one dropped for free essentially when we complete the initial Dawning quest. Commander Zavala will give you one in the tower, but you can get additional drops of this randomly when you turn in gifts at vendors, and of course it does have random rolls, and you can actually preview them in the game. But Rise of Bacon on Reddit posted a pretty useful guide, just a way that you can essentially turn in a bunch of gifts relatively quickly for chances at this LMG. Of course you could get blues, you could get enhancement cores or mods, but also you have the chance to get the machine gun. So one quick farm would actually be on Titan. Of course you have the vendor Sloan on Titan, you have very regular public events, and pretty quick lost sectors that you can run through. So the example is actually the lost sector in the rig on the left hand side just over the edge, but you could really do this on any of the lost sectors on Titan. But basically if you jump into the lost sectors, clear them as quickly as possible, make sure that you're using machine guns as well as auto rifles, and you'll be able to kill Hive to get the chitin powder, and you're using those weapons to get the bullet spray medal, which drops on machine gun and auto rifle kills. And with these materials you can actually make the cookies for Sloan. So essentially what you're doing is looping through the lost sectors, rallying to public event flags to get your super back, and you can actually repeat lost sectors multiple times pretty much before a public event actually spawns in, and basically complete the public event when it comes up, and this will give you drops of the Dawning essence that you need, and it's essentially a way to continuously farm the cookie gift for Sloan, which is the Alkane Drakey cookies, or however you say that, and they require chitin powder, as well as bullet spray and essence of Dawning. So you can kind of loop that one over and over again, but you can also use Mars, so if you go to the northern lost sector near Anna Bray, you can basically repeat the same process. This time you'll need a sword though. The exotic swords, things like Worldlight Zero, or the Black Talon will definitely work. Loop through the lost sectors, rallying the flags outside to get your supers back, then completing the public events, especially if they are Hive. Then you can take the gifts to the vendors on those locations for chances at the Dawning LMG. So just a quick way to get those done if you want chances at the LMG, but also if you're not actually really completing the Dawning stuff and you do want to complete the powerful milestones, of course there's one that Eva has to bake a bunch of gifts, and there's a weekly bounty that drops powerful gear, then once again you can use this method to get those done very quickly. And I'll link that post from Rise of Bacon down below because it's certainly a pretty cool idea. Now though, to round up a few updates and things from Bungie, a lot of people were reporting that ballistic slugs were disappearing at the beginning of this week, and of course you need the ballistic slug to pick up the weapon frames from Ada 1. And DMG says ballistic logs are cleared on weekly reset. This functionality was not described on the item itself, which has been forwarded to the team, so the ballistic log item does actually disappear every weekly reset, so if you've got them in your inventory, essentially you're going to want to complete them for that week. And that also means that every week you'll pretty much have to do the weekly bounties before you can turn in the first weapon. However, if you save up a bunch of daily bounties from the week before, you can turn those in to get the first ballistic log from the weekly, and then you can complete the forge ignitions while you work on the first weapon to get the second weapon, so it's not too bad. Just remember to get those ballistic logs out of your inventory before reset. Cosmo replied to a comment about infusion and enhancement cores, and he says he sent this feedback to the design team, and here are the main reasons I've listed for why players would like enhancement cores removed from infusion. So players don't enjoy having to equip fresh powerful drops over preferred gear. Enhancement core costs prevent players from looking the way they want. Enhancement core costs prevent players from creating the builds that they want. And infusion costs are already sufficient without the enhancement core requirements. And personally, I have to agree with that. I think pretty much all of those are valid reasons that enhancement cores aren't really necessary when it comes to infusion. I do just feel like it's a little bit excessive. I think there's enough to grind for in the game, really, if you want to, without having to grind for every, tiny granular element in the game. But let me know your thoughts about that down below. Either way, it looks like Bungie are still considering the future of enhancement cores. Next though, DMG lists a bunch of issues in the game. The 24-hour raid emblem issue is currently being investigated, so essentially the triumph for that wasn't dropping when people were completing the raid in the first 24 hours, and that has meant that the emblem also didn't become available. Bungie is still working on that. The Harbinger's Echo fix has been tested and verified and is planned to release on the 18th of December, so once again that should be completely fixed as of Tuesday. They're also working on a bunch of different error codes. Of course, we did see even more issues and disruption earlier on this week, but many folks in different regions are starting to see that improve now. There was also a comment on Bungie removing Masterwork cores when you hit Legend in the Valor rank, but Cosmo did step in and confirm that this wasn't an intended change, so those cores are still supposed to be dropping, and they're investigating a fix for the issue, so a bundle of Masterwork or Enhancement cores is still a reward for hitting Legend on that Valor rank. So there we go guys, that is going to round up the video for today. Let me know your thoughts on the stuff we've covered in this one, but if you have enjoyed it, a rating is very much appreciated, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe if you want to keep up to date with everything related to Destiny 2, as well as Black Armory, Bungie did actually drop a little trailer right here for the Rockstar Riot's Champion livestream that they're going to be having next week. That'll be on the 18th of December. And this is the final of the whole Rockstar Riot's competition they've been running for a little while now. So you can stick around and check this out if you want to. But guys, as always, I appreciate you tuning in. And whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.